This is a follow-up to my Redstone clock video. I've updated it. It's smaller. I think it's more efficient. Should cause less lag on servers and things. And I thought I'd just show you how it works, basically. It's pretty much just a giant delay circuit with pistons and things, except I made it slightly smarter. It's got a detector here, a daylight sensor, that triggers a clock which goes into a couple counters, and that basically just calculates noon, when it's noon, and that resets the clock to 12, and it switches these here delay clocks. Basically, these just count a certain amount, then goes into a couple counters here, binary counters, goes 1, 2. When it gets to 2, it sends a signal over here to this, which is just basically a gate. Switches between which clock is active, and it sends its signal up here. These clocks also have a reset, because if you do a manual reset in the middle of a count or something, it might mess things up if it's not reset properly. So once the clock is switched off, it sets both of the counters back to 0. So up here, this is a dual edge pulse. So whenever the signal changes on to off, on to off to on, it sends out a pulse to here. This is a rising edge pulse, and this is a falling edge pulse, and they're hooked up to opposite corners of this piston tape. And the piston tape is just basically hooked up to the clock face. It's just a more compact way of, it doesn't look like it, but it's a more compact way of displaying the output. Over here is the reset mechanism. This is the clock. That goes down to the daylight sensor, and it basically switches this toggle here, and it sets off this clock going, and this here is to detect when it's 12 o'clock being displayed, and it cuts off the clock, it stops it from running. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty accurate. Even if it's not the most accurate, it'll reset at 12 o'clock every day as long as the weather's clear. You should be good for a couple days of no sun. It'll still be reasonably accurate to within half an hour in game time, not real life. That's not what this is about. You can have a digital display. I just made this because I was bored. You can make it the same size as the clock face, and you can just stick it in there instead of. It's a slightly different tape setup. It's a little more complex, but it doesn't have to be. With the tape this size, you can squish that together. Doesn't need to be that horrible looking. Anyway, that's it. Any questions, put it in the comments. Any comments, put it in the comments. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button, and that's it.